This is my second lesson on parabola. Last time I spoke about an introduction to the parabola and I ended with the standard equation of the parabola. These are the things to pay attention to when we are working on the standard equation of a parabola. So this is how you write or how the standard equation of a parabola will be presented to you. HK are the coordinates of your vertex, okay? When the term x is the one that is squared, okay, look at that. That means the axis of symmetry is vertical. When the term y is squared, the axis of symmetry is horizontal. When you say axis of symmetry is vertical, then your parabola can either be concave up or it can be concave down. And that is your vertex. If the axis of symmetry is horizontal, your parabola can either open to the right or it can open to the left. So again, on deciding about what is the orientation of your parabola, what is the orientation of the axis of symmetry, you pay attention to the form of your equation. When it is x, that is squared, then either this or this is how your parabola will look like. When it is y, then it's this. The value of a helps in locating the focus, okay? So you must write your equation in this way. You must factor out 4 so that you can know what the value of a is. The value of a will also help you produce the length of the latus rectum. I'm sorry, this one should be 4 times a. This is wrong. It should be the focal width, which is the length of the latus rectum. It is a line segment. The length of the latus rectum will give you the focal width and you compute it this way. It's the absolute value of 4 times a. Okay? So the latus rectum is something like this. Okay? You have your parabola. This is the axis of symmetry. That is the latus rectum. And the length of that latus rectum is what you call the focal width. When this is how we are defining the parabola, x minus h everything squared is equal to 4 times a times the quantity y minus k. So the axis of symmetry is vertical. It's vertical. Right away, hk will be the vertex. And the axis of symmetry passes through the vertex and the focus. So A gives the directed distance of the focus. So this is how you interpret A, directed distance. So it's not just distance. When you say directed distance, you pay attention to the sign. Okay? Is it positive or is it negative? If A is less than 0, the focus is below the vertex. So if A is less than 0, which means, okay, so if this is your vertex and the focus is below the vertex, this means your parabola opens downward. When a is greater than 0, the focus is above the vertex, in which case the parabola opens upward. So if this is the vertex, the focus is positive, okay? That means it is above the vertex. In that case, your parabola opens upward, or you say that it is concave upward. Again, it should be 4 times a, okay? Not 8 times a. 4 times a, this is wrong. The absolute value of 4 times a gives the length of the latus rectum. Okay, so let us pay attention to this equation. So what is the vertex? What are the coordinates of the vertex? So it's 1 and negative 2, okay? It's 1 and negative 2. So we will locate that. 1 and negative 2. That is your vertex. Now, you know right away that because y is the one that is squared, the principal axis or the axis of symmetry is horizontal and it passes through the vertex. So this is your axis of symmetry. Now, what is the value of A? Okay, look at that. It's already 4. So A is equal to 1. It's positive. So that means it is 1 unit to the right of your focus, of your vertex, I mean. So if this is your vertex, you will walk 1 to the right. 1. What are the coordinates of the focus of your parabola? So it's going to be, okay, look at this point. It's going to be 2 and negative 2. Now let us locate the endpoints of the latus rectum. Because the endpoints of your latus rectum will tell you how narrow or how wide your parabola is. The length of your latus rectum is equal to 4 times A, okay? Or the absolute value of 4 times A. Half of the latus rectum, you will count 1, 2. 1 from the focus, you count 1, 2. That is one end of your latus rectum. And then you count another 1, 2. That is your other endpoint of the latus rectum. And then you trace the curve, okay? From the vertex through the endpoints of your latus rectum, okay? Your curve is going to be like this. That is your parabola. Let us check the length of your latus rectum. So it's supposed to be 4 times 1, or the absolute value of 4 times 1, which is 4. And what's nice about GeoGebra, okay, I will show you the latus rectum, and it shows to you the length of the latus rectum. Okay, it's 4. Suppose this is the form of our equation for your parabola. So here, because it's y that is squared, the axis of symmetry is horizontal. The vertex is HK. A will give you the directed distance of the focus. So if A is less than 0, the focus is to the left of your vertex. So if this is your vertex, V, and your focus is A units to the left, so you will count A going to the left from the focus. So that means your parabola opens to the left, okay? And this is your axis of symmetry. And this is, of course, your latus rectum. When A is greater than 0, the focus is to the right of the vertex. So if this is your vertex V, and this is your axis of symmetry, you will count A units to the right. A units to the right. So that can only mean that your parabola opens to the right. So A there is not just distance, it's directed distance, because the sign will tell you in what direction is the focus located. The absolute value of 4 times A gives the length of the latus rectum. Okay, so this is the length of the latus rectum, 4 times A. So that means from here to here, it's 2 times A. And from here to here, it's 2 times A. So if you want to sketch an accurate or a near accurate graph of your parabola, you must locate the endpoints of your latus rectum, because that will tell you the width of your parabola. So these are what to expect from the quizzes or from the exam that I will prepare for parabola. I will give you an equation, and then you will tell me what are the coordinates of the vertex, what are the coordinates of the focus, and I will ask you what is the length of the latus rectum. So in this case, obviously, the vertex is -3, 0. So here, you will write this as 4 times 4 times y. So A here is equal to 4. And then what will be the coordinates of the focus? So this one opens upward. Okay, and this is your vertex, -3, 0. So you will count 4 units above your vertex to locate the focus, okay? So this is your axis of symmetry, 1, 2, 3, 4, for example. So that would be, what would be the coordinates of that? It's negative 3 and 0 plus 4, okay? Negative 3, 4. What else? The axis of symmetry. So the axis of symmetry here is the vertical line through the vertex. Since your vertex has coordinates negative 3, 0, okay, so this means your axis of symmetry is equal to x is equal to negative 3. That is the equation of your axis of symmetry. So those are the things that I expect you to do when I give you an exam or a quiz for parabola, okay? Let's say, for example, this is your equation, standard equation. Again, what are the coordinates of your vertex? What is the length of the latus rectum? Axis of symmetry. What are the coordinates of your focus? The same with this one. That is what to expect from the exam or from the quiz. Okay, that is your immediate concern. You will have a short quiz next week. So those are the things to expect from your next short quiz.